Okay, so today I'm here with Mr. Andrew from Natural Light Edmonton, and I've actually become a customer of Natural Light Edmonton, and today we're going to be talking about that customer experience and how things went with our install. So, Andrew, first things first, thank you so much for installing Gemstone Lights on our house.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it was something that my wife had wanted even before we purchased the house. She was like, I got to have those lights on whatever house we get. Doesn't matter. I want to get that because she loves lights, right? She loves the lights at Christmas time. And I despise putting up Christmas lights because they're awful and horrible.
As do most people in Edmonton.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess we'll rewind back to, when you started doing Gemstone Lights, like what drew you to want to become an installer with Gemstone?
Yeah, I would say a big part of it is like we moved here a number of years ago, and the guy I was actually working for at the time, he kind of did Gemstone as a side, not a hustle, whatever, in winter, because he did sunrooms during the summer, and sunrooms do not sell well or install well in the winter. And that's when I got introduced to the product. I'd really never heard of it before that. And just seeing the quality of the product and the change that it made to homes, honestly, I didn't even see it as much then as now that I've been doing it for a while. Like I saw the opportunity, hence why I actually did buy the company and started running it on my own. But since kind of diving into it, just the quality, the change, just how happy customers are with the product. Like I still sometimes it just amazes me like how excited people can get about the lights. But I really do see it because it completely changes their home, and it adds, from accenting their house in a completely new way at night to even just the sense of security. Just so many things about it. It is a great product.
Yeah,
it really is.
I love it. And like when our house is unique, it's different.
Yes.
And we'll put some shots in here just so people can see what our house looks like.
Yeah.
And I love the way that, the lights accent the house. And my wife actually was just a couple days ago, I was outside in the garden, and she was turning off the outside light, and she said, why won't this light turn off? And she forgot that we had Gemstone lights on, and it was at dusk, and it just really lit up outside. So really the whole exterior of our house is well lit up. You can see everything. Like it lights it up a lot more than I thought it actually would. So we love that aspect of it. About our house, when you started doing it, let's go from the beginning to the end process. So the beginning of the process, you come out and you do a quote. What is involved in actually, doing a quote properly for Gemstone Lights?
I would say, there's multiple aspects to it, like whether a customer wants a quote for the front, the sides, depending on the lot too. Like if a house is really, really close to the neighbor, then oftentimes it's not really, the sides aren't usually much of a thing because people often don't walk between the houses, and then it's just, the lights really accent the parts that you put them on. I always tell people that, like when they're questioning what they want done, and I'm going through that process, I'm like, well, this is the generality of 90% of the time you're using it as an accent light, the nice warm white, which Gemstone is the only provider of actual true warm white. It'll accent whatever you put it on, and whatever you don't will essentially disappear. And so sometimes when we're going through the process, there'll be a softened area, maybe where they have their chimney, so there's a little jut out and there's a soffit there, but I'm like, well, do you want it there? Do you actually want to accent this little jut out in your house, or would you rather at night kind of make it look like it disappears? And so for a lot of people, they actually if there's a spot in my house I don't like, it's kind of that, right? So let's make that disappear and draw people to the spots the dormers, things like that. And it really does that. It really draws to the unique style of a dormer, and even just the, dormers will have different shapes, whether they just are straight triangle or they go back. Like your place has a couple feet back too. It's amazing how that really just adds shape. That even in the day you might not even notice, but then at night, it's that's literally what comes out of the house is the shape. So and part of the quoting process, I often will show pictures of that and then just explain to people kind of what their house is going to look like in the evening. Cause it's kind of a whole new world of your house in the evening and what it looks like. Right. So that's a big part of it. Yeah.
And, with the boxes, so our house has a couple of boxes on it.
Boxes. Yeah.
And, I don't even really pay attention to them. Yeah. Really, because we put them in obscure places. Yeah. So that they're not really seen. But, have you had any like big challenges of trying to hide the box? Because they're decent size. They're probably like a foot by 8 inches by
I'd say
they're pretty big.
They're like a 5-inch deep. I think like 8 inches wide by a foot tall. They kind of look like your average kind of like, usually there's a spot in people's houses where there's like a couple little like electrical small boxes and stuff. So sometimes I'll hide them in with that if it makes sense. Otherwise, the goal really is to like hide it around a corner. Sometimes I'll run the power cord. If the power is like in a soffit plug, that soffit plug is often in not a great spot to put a power box. Like it'll be like right by the front door. Right. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, unless the customer's like, I actually want it there. I'm like, usually I can convince them not to, because I'm like, there's no reason to put it right where you walk into your front door. And we'll usually run it around and put it on the backside of a soffit that's not seen, or up in a crevice. I have yet to, to be honest, like I said I've yet to have a customer actually tell me they want it right beside their front door. I'd say the biggest challenge, and I don't even know if I'd really call it a challenge, is like, usually if I can't find a spot outside, I'll just put it in a garage and we'll just plug into a garage plug outlet, and then I'll put it up in a corner so it's not blocking. And even I'll often take power from the garage door opener, so it's not taking away power that they'd use in the garage. And then I'll feed the cord through the soffit, and you just, from the outside, you wouldn't even know where it starts or stops, because you never see the beginning or end. So
that's kind of the point, right? For me, like, we have a different color of soffit and fascia, and some of it's got some sunspots and some aging and whatever. But I was really impressed with the way that the product actually color matched to what we have. So a lot of people are thinking, well, if I get these lights on my house, how are you going to be able to color match to my soffit, right? Seemed to me like it worked pretty damn good.
We have Gemstone offers a pretty extensive color swatch. Like, there are literally hundreds of colors. Like, there's not just white, there's like 6 different whites. There's like, or more probably actually white. There's quite a few. I have yet to not find something that I can match. Like, people are usually super impressed with how well it just blends into. And even with that's another thing too, is sometimes houses will have a different color fascia than soffit. And so then it's a matter of like, which one do you match? And I usually walk people through. I typically match with the fascia, because it's what you're looking at the house, and it really just makes your fascia just look like it's actually a more, what's the right word? Not heavy duty, but more, in a way, almost more architectural, because there's some more like kind of curve to it. So it actually,
wrap around.
Actually, it almost makes it look like an architectural fascia. When you walk up closer, you realize it's lighting, but during the day, you don't really notice the lighting, and so it really works really well that way. So
we are really excited for the upcoming fall and Christmas season, because of course, I think everybody who gets Gemstone, they play with the app. And I had my kids playing with the app. They were going to town on it, trying the different features, going through all the Disney features on there. I was trying to create my own specific ones too, just to see what it looks like. And tell us a little bit about the app, and in really a comparison. Like, the reason we wanted to go with Gemstone, not only because like you're my client, right? And, I want to support your business, support your company. But also the passion that you have for Gemstone and the trust you have for the company. I know all about their warranty. I know about, the robustness and the flexibility and versatility of the app. So tell us about your experiences with the Gemstone app versus other companies.
And even to start with that, actually, when you're talking about the excitement about the product, before I actually go into the app, and I would say it's part to do with this. So like, I was actually just recently at a Gemstone conference, and as excited as I am about like the product and my clients are about when they get the product. I got to meet the owner, the CFO, and all these guys, and they are actually way more excited. Like, he actually made the lights. That was something I actually learned. Like, he actually physically made the lights to start with. It was not something he like bought or copied from someone else. Like, that's why they're like a very specific RGBW light with the warm white. He built that all in himself. Like, he has himself invested in the product and is just like super into it. So anyway, and on that note too, with the app, they are one of the few companies, if not the only lighting company, that actually has an in-house app designer builder. So they do not third party it. They do not hire another company to develop or fix or build their app. They literally take feedback from us and from our clients and then build upon that in-house in Calgary. That's where the whole thing is developed. And yeah, so that app, it is second to none. Like, I can with 100% confidence be like, there is no lighting app that is better than the Gemstone app. And it is just always getting better. Like, they are never stopping the development of the app, like adding more features, taking more feedback. It is not just something where they're like, well, you know, we're better than the competition, so we leave it there. Like, no, they've got this guy on full time. They never planned, like, he is just going to constantly be like adding more to it and coming up with more ideas. And that is really what has set them apart. Like, I could go through lots of different features, but it really is really cool. Like, what they do with it. So
and I think that's the fun thing about lighting in general. Like, really good lighting helps you, it changes your mood. It can bring excitement. It also, like you said, provides security around the house. And like, I'm thinking about, you know, the times when we've been to Disney, right? And, you know, the place is lit up, but at night is when it really comes alive.
For sure.
At night, everything just looks different. It feels like you're in a different park.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. Yeah.
And then they have light shows that during certain times of the year, they have like different, you know, animated light shows with movies showing on buildings and all different types of stuff going on. But it changes how you think, it changes how you feel. It gives you joy and excitement. And I think, you know, everyone should be able to do that with their house. Like, we're super stoked about the house. We did the front and the side, and next year we'll probably do the back and the other side just to finish it off. But for what we've got done now, it's like, you know, we're super happy with how it looks, how it turned out. And we can't wait to do more and to help you with the next. And then also, let's talk a little bit about Gemstone's architectural series, like the landscape lighting stuff. Because, you know, I'm going to need to get my deck replaced at some point. I think the deck is probably 30 years old. Because I got my original plans, and the deck is on the original plans. And I think it's time for a redo.
Still the same, for sure.
So time for a redo. So when we get the deck done, we can put lighting in the deck. We can highlight other accent features. So maybe talk a little bit about that.
That's actually, I think, something that's really gonna grow more and more as well. Like, I think a lot of people aren't even aware of lighting on a deck. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say they're not, like, people have seen it, but I think they often think it's like this, you know, it's for people like the multi-millionaire who's got the, like, you know, the Disneyland mansion, right? But really, it's actually not that crazy. Like, you can just get lighting put in, and it's amazing. Like, it'll completely change the look of a deck. Like, I've just been amazed when I've done that, how it literally turns your deck from a deck to like
a living space.
A living space and like an architectural feature, where like a lot of decks, even some of the simplest decks, like I've put lighting in a simple, basically rectangular deck with a few steps. You know, you'd walk back there and you wouldn't think much of it. But then in the evening, you're like, oh, this is like an amazing deck. And it's like, you know,
because you just put some lights.
Just because some lights are put, and then it's lit up. Like, it's just like, it just makes this thing look like $1 million. And it's like,
because you can light the railings. You can light the railings. You can light the risers on the
steps and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we've all tripped on deck steps. Like, that happens on a regular basis. Like, especially in Edmonton, where you get all the frost heave and the sink and movement on a deck. It really does add such an atmosphere to a backyard and to a sitting space and an outdoor living space that nothing else really can do. Like, you can add tons of little things to your outdoor space, but if it's not lit up, it's, yeah, I mean, it can still look really good, but it'll really accent that thing and make it look, I'd say, even 10 times what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it. Most houses will have maybe some soffit recessed lighting and maybe a coach
Like
light beside the door.
Yeah.
Right. Coach light beside the door is coat.
Yeah.
All the other lights are extra.
Yeah.
Right. But really, your backyard disappears at night.
Yeah.
There's no light back there.
No.
Unless
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
unless there's moonlight, you don't see your shrubs, you don't see your grass, you don't see the other, features of your yard. They're just non-existent in the dark.
Yeah.
But, add some lighting and it just, everything pops.
Yeah. Well, I've heard testimonies of people who, like, once they got lighting done in their backyard, in the evenings, even if they can't sit or don't want to sit outside in their backyard, like, oftentimes there's, times of the year, especially where we are in Edmonton, where it's like, I like how it looks out there, but I don't know that I'm going to go sit out there. But they actually, like, legit, they sit by the window and just do whatever they're doing, whether it's read a book or whatever. Even if they're scrolling through their phone, they're like, I pull up a chair or I've set up a little seating area by the back window because I just like, there's an atmosphere that I feel just looking kind of, even just peripherally out that window and seeing the light and just seeing the beauty of my own backyard. And they're like, yeah, it literally just changed my evenings. Like, it's like, I've got this wonderful place to sit, and they're not even sitting in it. Like, they're sitting inside looking out at it. And I'm like, yeah, like, how much more when you are able during certain months of the year to actually go out there. Yeah, like you said, it really does change your attitude. You're like, it makes you feel a certain way. And yeah, it's a huge part. Right?
And it's just the beginning, like, getting into walkway lighting, pathway lighting, up lighting of your trees and shrubs, down lighting, like all the different, types. They're on your website.
Yeah, sure.
People peruse that, like, cause lighting really excites me. I think everything looks much better and more defined, and I don't know, just gives you the good feels. At night when it's well lit, and accents the shrubs, the architecture, the walkways, the deck, all that stuff. So cool. I'm looking forward to getting more work done.
Yeah,
Natural Light Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. It'll be fun.
Right, cool. Well, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else you wanted to talk about? Any features of our place, or just Gemstone Lights in general? You just got back from a conference. Anything new coming up?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely looking, they're always looking to expand their product line, but they also want to do it in a way that's, all their stuff is just super high quality. Like, there were some jokes made a while ago about some of their, the current spotlighting they have. It's like a super high quality spotlight, but it is just a big spotlight that can, like, do lots of different colors and features, but they're like, it's not really the kind of thing where you'd like, it's not a pathway light or anything like that. So they're wanting to develop a high quality, but smaller product, more individual products that can do like pathway up and down lighting. So for them, it really is a matter of just making sure that everything's done at the highest of quality, because they'd rather really not make it, or at least take a lot longer to make it than to just throw products out there and be like, let's see what sticks to the wall. Like, it is about taking feedback, getting the right product, and custom making their product. Like, that is a big thing. They don't, again, even with whatever lighting they're going to make, it's not an outsourced lighting. It's an in-house developed, designed product that is unique to Gemstone. So even if the product looked similar to something else, like, because obviously, like, they might just, the outside of the light, the light cover might look just like something else you'd buy from the store, but their desire is like, well, we're not trying to compete with the guy who's got just the regular light. We want it to be able to do all that our lights do while in the sleeve or the case of a similar competitor's type product, but with a lighting that is just, far exceeds. So they're planning to come up with a lot more. They know the landscape industry is something that they want to get more into. And I'm looking forward to that. Cause like you said, there is, house lighting is amazing, and landscape lighting too. It's a whole nother ball game. It's a whole nother type of atmosphere that you create. And I'm excited for what they're going to do and what they're going to create. So
All right.
coming soon.
Awesome. Cool.
Soon, relatively soon. They were like, well, we're not going to give dates because everything always takes longer to make a good product than you think, right?
Yeah.
So they put their own goals personally, and so that way they try to hit them, and then beyond that, it's like they let us know. So
Perfect. Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for that, and you should be too. Natural Light Edmonton, in my opinion, the best gemstone installer in the Edmonton region. So give him a call, go to the website, fill out the form, and Andrew himself will come out and give you guys a quote on a gemstone install. You deserve good lighting. See you on the next video.
Yeah, see ya.